Hello, traders. It's E from MarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com. It's about 5:30 on Tuesday, the 17th of September, 2019. Reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Let's take a look at end of day action. Very listless day, and we had talked earlier today about a number of things and a couple of charts that had caught our eye, and we suggested to traders not overtrade. It looked to me like we were trying to hold the lows and bounce, and our premise was that this afternoon we would get a bounce into the close. We thought Fed up, and we thought shorts were not able to do anything all morning. And even before we started the day, we had that idea that we would probably close towards the highs where they could do their nonsense overnight. And being a fed up situation, we thought that was one of the ideas in play. And so we were looking at this type of a chart, and we expected this afternoon, if things held, that we could move up and close that gap and get near that 09 area that's been hanging out there. One of the other things we noticed too was the idea of options expiration and the idea of killing premium, theta burn. So that was also in our mind. We advise traders not to overtrade at all today, and I said wait until after 3 o'clock if you want to trade, and then there were better odds. So we thought at that point. One of the things I noticed and posted in the room was this idea of rotations. And I noticed that we were having about 2-point higher rotations. And I remarked, noticed that the overnight low 94, and then we had the 96s, and then we had the 98s holding. And I said, now we've got the 3000s holding. And I said, that to me looks like a bullish pattern where they want to take this up. And for the traders in our room who listened to me and took advantage of that, they made out quite well for the afternoon swing. That was about when I left to go to the pool and have some fun, so I didn't participate. But you can still help traders even if you're not here, just by helping them with your ideas. So I think that was, and drawing this line really helped to see that premise. And the traders that are now using my work get a chance to see that for themselves on their charts. So same idea here. You can really see those rotations starting to take off. And then here's your third time through trade right here at that 4.5 area, 4.25. And come up, and we had a gap up here, obviously, that needed to be closed as well. So in that perspective, chop, 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 and then we get the afternoon push on traders who are just thinking that we're going to come down with all the crazy news. A lot of times that's just a rumor mill. And here was our angels and demons. I did not even bother putting them on. I figured I'd put them on the end of the day. What I had noticed all day was this holding yesterday's angel and then bumping into the demon a few times, but not doing anything. And then you get the late day squeeze right there, which tackles this prior angel that got broken and fell. So this is a very typical place that you will come and bump into once you get your breakout. Our predictive chart for today, we felt primary battle was this yellow circle, and then whoever wins gets the rights to go challenge the other high in this 8 area, or obviously come back in and test back here at our support, which we deemed today at 89. That was our idea of support when we first started, with the idea that there'd be a slight upward bias today going into Fed. Swing chart that I'd put on and identified the idea of plunge, bounce, come back, retest, bounce, and we felt that this was the idea of where we could be battling. And first things first, before we got up to our back end resistance, which we think is 12 to 15, you got to get through to 456. So that would be our next target up here into that 9 to 10 area and just missing it. And so now we'll just move this up. And we're in the pipe. And here's our weekly look. We were thinking that we were going to be trading within the top of this red circle and the bottom of this green one, and everything in between was range trading. That worked out pretty well. And Kyle reminded me while I was at the pool that my post at 138 was on the money when I shared this chart with our traders, saying, I think this is the most important chart we should be looking at right now. That this 92 is our support basis this chart, and our 8.88 would be our resistance line. And I said, I think that's the range that we are in right now, and we should be looking at this OTF chart. So clearly an educated guess. I don't call them lucky guesses anymore. They're educated guesses. And after you spend some time in the market looking at this stuff, your intuition gets better. It's not just about numbers. It's about your intuition too. 30-minute chart we elected to use today, and that was very helpful. Said if we got up above the blue line, then that would be bullish. Below it and below the magenta colored line, it would be negative. Instead, we got chopping and chopping higher and then the push at the end of the day. And our tunnel through time, we could see just how sideways this Slim Jim was. And we said this indicates when we're flatlined with the blue line that it's probably a range type trade. For marketwizards.com and emoney-wizard.com, wishing everyone a good day, and I hope you traded well. If you did not, take the time to debrief yourself, go back through the ideas that you had, write them down, analyze them, say, what were you thinking? What were you seeing? And sometimes you're going to see things that aren't there. Other times it's just a spike or a lucky move or a sudden news event that you have no control over. But we always have control over our stops and our discipline. And that's the point, to do the debriefing, to find out how we can improve and get better for the next opportunity that will certainly come our way. Be well. Have a great day.